All right. Hey, folks, welcome. This is the first episode of the game tasting. A little bit of a new show that we kind of cooked up. Cooked up. Oh my god.
Cooked up. That's good.
I didn't even plan that. All
Off the
right.
top of the dome.
So, first off, we're gonna introduce ourselves. Kind of why we're doing this and what inspired us to do this. Right. So, I'll go first. If that's cool with you.
Yep, go for
All
it.
right. So, my name is Jay. I've been gaming for, God, man, since I was probably 9, back when I was still in the Philippines. That's when I started going to LAN cafes there, playing CS 1.6, just having a good old blast, because there was like you pay money by the hour.
Right.
And um, and I'm 31 years old, so I've been gaming for 22 years now, or I would say that. But then I became a serious gamer when I was introduced to, I would say, Diablo 2, Lord of Destruction. That's the expansion,
It's a classic.
one and only expansion. And for those of you guys, if you're not aware, Diablo 2 is one of the greatest video games of all time. As far as like track record goes, it is the action RPG to kind of compare to. It's the metric.
Yeah. It's the bar to hit.
It's the bar. And because of that, I spent so much of my childhood playing it that when I, grew up, my tastes kind of stuck with it. And so my favorite genre of gaming happens to be action RPGs. And part of the reason that I enjoy it so much is that it allows me to kind of dive into the very, very minute nuances and differences. It's what most people call a spreadsheet game.
I call it that.
It's a spreadsheet game where I have Excel sheets on Excel sheets of like numbers and how to min max, etc. And that's my introduction. But before I go and pass it off, a question that we're gonna add also is, who is your video game crush? And I know that that's a hard question to answer considering games are so plentiful. But most recently, I'll stick with what I know. Uh, Tekken 8 was released January 21st, I believe. And I've been playing it, here and then, here and there. But I am a big fan of Azucena. So I have a crush on Azucena as far as my gaming taste goes right now.
She came out the gate swinging then to make that big of an impression on
She
you.
did. She did.
Yeah.
I mean, also it helps that she's my main character.
Yeah.
I've been playing her in the closed beta, and she's just fun. I like her character design. Sometimes I think her voice is annoying, but you could mute the audio and it still looks good. And the one character I don't have a horny skin on.
Yeah. Weirdly enough.
Hey, if you respect them, you can't. So yeah, let's hear about you. What's your intro? How's your how long you been gaming?
So yeah, I'm Dorian. I've been gaming. I'm pretty sure since I was 5 years old. I don't know exactly. It was young enough where it's that point where I don't really remember how old I was, but like my first real memory of playing a game was Sonic the Hedgehog on Sega Genesis. So
Sega Genesis. God
Sega
damn.
Genesis, yeah. So it was pretty young. I'm 32 now, so I don't even know, like 20-something years.
Forever ago.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Sonic the Hedgehog, though.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Is that something that your parents bought?
Yeah. My dad, I remember waking up one weekend morning, and my dad was like, "Hey, got like a special treat for you guys, for me and my brother." I was like, "What? What is it?" And I go downstairs, and he turned on the Sega Genesis, and on came Sonic the Hedgehog. I was like, "What? What is this magic? I don't know what's happening." That was my little kid voice. I sounded like Mickey Mouse. But yeah, that was my earliest memory of it. But like, I think the game that really solidified, like, okay, yeah, I'm a gamer now, it's weird because it didn't actually happen for a little while. But it was the first Kingdom Hearts. That was the one where I was like, I was playing that game. I was like, this is an experience, dude. This is like, what was it called from the Spider-Man movie? The moment, like
I don't know.
where we're like something happens in your timeline where it's just like, okay, this is like a defining moment for
canon event.
A canon event. Playing Kingdom Hearts was a canon event for me because like that influenced my taste in games. Like, you know, even though I'm not delusional. The Kingdom Hearts story is bonkers, but still, like, it made me feel things. It made me like treasure friendship. The music, it made me appreciate what games could really be.
When you first heard Utada Hikaru's voice,
yeah. And by the way, love all the songs, but I'm actually, I know I'm in the minority here, but I like Sanctuary over.
Sanctuary.
Yeah, I like that one more than the first one. But yeah, that was it. And kind of going on to the second question, kind of leading from that, or my game crush, for a while. It was Kairi.
Kairi?
It was Kairi. Specifically from Kingdom Hearts 2, though.
How about, I was going to say Namine.
Namine? I don't know. Namine, I saw her just too much as like a little kid, I think.
She was.
She was, yeah. But like, not in the sense, like, I was like, oh, I just need to like protect this little kid.
It's the pink fit, I think, that does it for Kairi.
Yeah, dude. And I don't know, it's just her demeanor. Like, she was very just like kind and everything. And I was just like, I like Kairi. And then she like picks up a Keyblade in the second one. I was like, this is dope. Yeah, she's a Keyblade. And yeah, like I love that. But I don't know, she might have been actually dethroned because I played the remake of 7. And like, I love Aerith, man.
Oh, Aerith.
Aerith. I know everyone goes Tifa, and I love Tifa, but Aerith's my girl, I think.
That's cool. I just got a text from Alex. I think that picked it up. Whatever. What's your favorite genre?
My favorite genre is a tough one to ask or to
loaded
answer.
Question.
It's a loaded answer. I would say just see, because you call Diablo action RPG, right?
Mm-hmm, correct.
I might have been misnaming something because I used to think that like Mass Effect was an action RPG.
No, not quite. It's an RPG, just an RPG.
Just an RPG. Okay, then I'll say like yes, like story-driven RPGs. I think are like my go-to, even though they might be what I play the least amount of these days. I think it's because I'm so picky.
You get so
it.
immersed into the story.
Yes.
I think that's I think what ends up happening with people who just love story-driven games.
Yeah, and I think those are the ones that like actually stick with me, like, and why I'm so picky about which ones I play. Like when I play a really good one and like the credits roll and I beat the game, which is not something that can be said happens these days.
And you just feel
when you
elated.
beat the game and you're just like, that was a good game.
Yeah.
I love that.
Dude, that's how I felt playing what's it called? I mean, most Final Fantasies.
Yeah.
Like, I love Final Fantasy. Anything of the series I think is very well written. Everything. My favorite Final Fantasy is 7, like everyone.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
one that I think people don't talk much is 9. I love 9. I love Zidane.
Is 9? No, 8 is the one with Squall.
8 is Squall.
Okay. Yeah, I think 9 is. Yeah, you're right. I'm actually not that familiar with 9.
I love 9.
Yeah.
9 is incredibly well made. Some of the story was kind of funny. It's kind of has silly moments.
Yeah.
But 9 is an incredible game. It's one of the games that like one of our friends, Joey, is like really familiar with. I'm not a fan of 10.
Really?
I don't like Titus.
Because I think your wife really likes 10,
She
right?
loves 10.
Yeah, she loves 10.
She will stab me.
Don't let her see this. Don't let her see this.
Talking smack about 10. But I mean, I like 10 too.
I think I know why you like 10 too.
In 10 too, when you have the ultimate dress sphere, and they transform.
And just the existence of Riku.
God, Riku. Yo, when Riku was introduced in 10-2 with her new fit.
Yeah. And honestly,
why you got your panties like hanging out your shorts right here, bro?
You're fighting demons.
Jesus, Riku. I mean, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
But
and Pain wasn't bad either. I definitely the bottom.
So now
but
I'm like a fan of goth mommies now.
Yeah.
I am. Like wrestling, I love Rhea Ripley.
You're more of a Lulu than a Pain,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
I same.
So is Waka, dude. Waka's also bad. Okay, so let's kind of get back on track. So the premise of this show is, as you guys have learned, we're kind of just some casual gamers. Actually, I would say a bit above casual. We
It's a problem.
yeah, it's a problem sometimes. Like some people think it's bad when you lose a game, and then you can't go to sleep because you lost, and
That's
you're
me.
like, I gotta.
You're talking about me. You're talking about me.
I'm talking about you. Dorian would play 5 games in a row to try to win, and it's all loss. He's not sleeping.
I'm not
the
sleeping.
6th.
No, I'm going to bed a winner.
That's right. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I can sometimes.
Sometimes
there's
when it's a
wrong
work
with
night.
that. Yeah. Okay. So the show is essentially, I think Dorian described it incredibly well. How did you describe it?
It's a book club, but for games. Short and simple.
So for the people that don't know what a book club is,
Yeah. So it's not so much about right off the bat, I'll say like when we are going to be talking about these games, it's not a review, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're not reviewing the game. We're not going to be telling you whether or not you should play or not play the game or whatever.
no chili pepper score.
No chili pepper score. This is more about just appreciating the medium, and so because that's what people in book clubs do. Everyone reads the book and then they gather and they talk about like, okay, what stood out to you from the book? What did you take away from it? What are some things that you didn't like about it? And just you're talking about the substance that's there. You're not trying to endorse anything, right?
Okay, that makes sense. I think that's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Incredible description because I didn't think of that at all. But it is what we're doing. And there's some ground rules that we kind of must adhere to. In order to, I feel, respect the game, we need to be able to
Say that we put enough time.
put
in
enough
it.
time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you don't put enough time, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so the baseline minimum that we need in order to play this game is 4 hours. Right?
4 hours. Yeah.
4 hours.
At an absolute minimum. 4
At an
hours.
absolute minimum.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what the game is. It could be Tetris. It could be
Yeah.
Rocket League. It could be League of Legends, Valorant,
Cyberpunk. Anything.
Path
Yeah.
of Exile. Like literally any game, we must adhere to the 4 hour minimum.
Yeah.
We could be playing like a fucking roguelite and it'll
Yeah.
still be.
Yeah. League of Legends. We have to play 4 hours of that shit.
Dude, that does not sound good. That sounds absolutely awful.
Well, let's hope that we don't play League of Legends then. But
There's no way that we're dodging League.
we're probably gonna end up playing, especially because the fighting game for it is coming out.
Yeah.
Like, there's gonna be some
Yeah.
traction around Riot just in general. But
I
anyway,
forgot about the fighting game. That's
Yeah.
gonna be exciting.
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah.
I'm a big fighting game connoisseur. So here's some ground rules that we need to kind of work and to make sure that we do.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that 4 hours, and another one that we kind of need to add on top of that is just because it's 4 hours doesn't mean it's 4 hours like max, right? That's just the minimum.
right? Yeah, just the minimum.
So for like story-driven games, I see us spending tons more hours on it.
Yeah, and even if it's not a story-driven game, it could be just some game that we pick up. Neither of us have played it before, and it's just hella fun, and
Yeah.
we just want to keep playing it.
Yeah.
So
Oh man, do you remember the time we played Vamp? What is that? What's it called?
it was Vampire Masquerade Blood Hunt.
Yeah, Blood Hunt.
Yeah,
We spent so much hours on that on a game that was dying just
Yeah,
because
man.
it was so fun.
it was so sad. It was one of those games where I'm like, I know that this is not going to last. It does not have the players, but it's so fun. I don't know what it was.
Designed incredibly well.
Yeah.
Movement
Movement
the
felt good.
gunplay,
The powers.
time to kill was
You got
great.
to kind of customize your dude a little bit.
Uh-huh.
It was a good time.
Man, Bren was so good at that. Brendan.
Brendan was good. And it was honestly like even me, I'm not the best at battle royale games.
I know you don't like him.
It's not even that I don't like them. I recognize I'm not great at them.
You know your strengths.
I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses, but this one was actually probably one of my best ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean that and Warzone. Your Warzone. You
entered
the Dorian zone.
when it's down to like last 5 players, I go into the avatar state.
Yeah.
And I don't like everything blacks out, and next thing I know, the game's won. I don't remember what happened.
And it is one of the coolest things because Dorian I wouldn't say he's like an aggressive battle royale player.
No.
But
No.
those times where it's like, yeah, you're the last person out of me, Bren, Alex, you, and you're the last person, the least kills at that time,
Yeah.
and then you just smoke the lobby.
Yeah. It might be that I only have 1 kill the entire game, but guess what? It's the last kill.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I think that Yeah, don't sell yourself short. I think that you're pretty good at BRs. Not PUBG.
Yeah,
You're
PUBG.
ass at PUBG.
No. Yeah, I'm not great at PUBG.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about that game.
It's
Fun game.
fun game.
It's a fun game, but I'm bad at it.
Yeah. Yeah. So like we said, we're gonna play it through to kind of get the true feeling and kind of experience it as far as what it offers story wise, gameplay wise, level design, kind of just everything about the game. Like, because in order to be able to talk about it, I
Right.
feel you must do the bare minimum, right?
Yeah.
And so what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be releasing 2 episodes a month, and alongside that, we're gonna be putting in gameplay videos for the weeks that we're not releasing.
Right. Yeah. Just it's proof that we're playing these games.
Yeah. So because people could be just bullshitting and reading.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
But we're playing them for real, and we hope that you guys end up actually joining us as far as our little ride and excursion goes.
Yeah.
And so what to expect from us is that, what we hope to do is be consistent. So we're both working full-time jobs outside of this. And this is a passion project of ours. And so with this being kind of a passion project, it doesn't pay. I would say we're net negative right now.
Yeah.
But it's
Worth
fun.
it. Yeah.
It's fun. Like, it's been incredibly fun for us. This is something that Dorian and I have kind of spoke about doing
For a
in the
few
past.
years,
For
yeah.
a few years. And it just never presented itself until now. And what's crazy is, like, y'all are watching this. For example, we're shooting this on a Sunday. We decided to just go all in on Tuesday.
This last Tuesday. Yeah.
We got all the equipment.
It's been a whirlwind.
It's been a whirlwind. It's been a busy week. It's probably one of the busier that I've been.
Yeah.
For you too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. We tried to fit a fucking couch, this couch,
Yeah. This couch.
into a room where the door just there's no way.
this couch started here. And we're like, let's try and set up in this other room, like we're gonna make that room our studio.
Yeah.
And we spent like an hour just trying to get this couch in that room, and it ended up back in this spot. And then we're like, perfect.
It really did happen like that, though.
Yeah.
It's so funny because this fucking couch, it's like a Big Mac truck
Dude,
in a little garage.
It's a night. Every time I've moved with this couch, it's a nightmare.
I can see
It is
that.
a nightmare.
It's something else.
But the thing is, they don't make them like this
They
anymore,
don't.
man.
They really
this is
don't.
a hand me down from like my parents. This has been in my life like as long as I can remember.
longer than you've played games.
Yeah, maybe actually. So
This couch probably has seen a lot of gameplay.
yeah, actually yes.
Like actually.
Actually yes.
Oh dang.
Yeah, because I mean, I took this when I moved out of my parents. This is like when I was rooming with Chris. This is what we gamed on and everything.
Oh,
So
So, and we're mentioning all these people, by the way. Like, we've mentioned Brendan, we've mentioned Chris. These are probably characters that you guys are gonna be getting to know eventually through the show because they're also gaming friends of ours. We have a common ground where we all play video games.
yeah, and like we mentioned, like you and I met because of games, and
Because
that's
of games.
the beautiful thing about them.
Do you remember what game?
It was League of Legends.
I hate League.
It's weird. It's like that game has simultaneously torn friendships apart while also bringing them together. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's insane. I hate League.
Yeah, I do too. Yet we're still playing it sometimes, man.
My wife likes League right now. That's why.
Yeah.
It's a big reason. And with this, we're hoping to hear from y'all kind of on what games you would recommend. So
Yeah, there's a lot of games out there that we have not even heard of. So, yeah, we'd
Let
like
us know.
to. Yeah.
and if there's like a game that you're like, we need to try, or you think that, we might miss, please, by all means, let us know on Instagram or on the Discord server. And we'll play them. I promise we'll try our best to kind of play the games that are suggested to us.
Yeah, and like we're not even going to be playing like the newest,
No.
shiniest new games. We might be going back a few years even. Like it's just whatever we really feel like, to be honest.
There's no reason for us to kind of just ride the train of new games. I think that we need to kind of also still play like some of the old ones. Like,
Yeah.
it's time to bust out, dust off your N64 type, or like get your PS3 ready.
Dude, 360 games are like a decade old now. or more. Yeah, like
Crazy.
it's so crazy.
Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna be playing, variety of games. New, old, bad, good,
Different
whatever.
genres.
Yeah, different genres. There's way too many, and I think that this is gonna be kind of a fun ride for us, and hopefully for y'all too, because I mean,
And chances are we're probably going to need to be, learning a little bit as we go. We're probably going to run into certain games that kind of throw a wrench into how we approach
yeah, how we
things.
approach.
But yeah, well,
Like one that I just thought of just now would be amazing is Portal.
yeah,
Portal 2.
Portal 2,
So that way we do co-op.
Because, yeah, it's two completely different stories. It's like
is.
two games. There's a single player, and then,
the
we
co-op.
do a co-op one.
And then the co-op ride I think would be incredibly fun.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And of course, like I said, that we do hope you guys enjoyed this. We hope that you stay in for the ride. It's kind of cool to finally be able to do something kind of gaming related. And for what it is, it's because I run another show. Like I have another podcast. Yeah.
What?
Like I was saying, one of my buddies, Brendan, he's my co-host on there.
Surprise, Brendan.
Surprise, Brendan. It's not really a surprise.
No.
Hypothetical.
This is all hypothetical still.
But yes, we hope to hear from you guys. And I think that's all I have. Do you have any other closing remarks? It'll be this being episode 0. It's gonna be super quick, and it is what it is.
Yeah, nothing really. I guess just tell them. I think we kind of mentioned it earlier, but like what we're going to be looking at first.
So the first game we're gonna be playing is one that is a game that I was apprehensive about taking up in the first place. Coming from as Dorian had mentioned, I'm a spreadsheet gamer, and so I enjoy kind of min-maxing and like doing the most optimal of any game. And this game at the beginning didn't strike me as something that could offer that. As someone who was like a previous like Mythic Raider, and like I would say like a top 100 player for like ARPGs, both Diablo and PoE. This is now one of my favorite games. I would fucking throw hands for someone who disrespects this game. And I think this is one of the best games to have ever been made. What are your opinions on this before we tell them what it is?
Same, man. It's the game. It's a game that weirdly enough has a little bit of everything for everyone. But it also knows what it is and plays to its strengths. And kind of like how I mentioned Kingdom Hearts was like a canon event moment for me. This like the story for this game, like it affected me. It resonated and it's just impactful. Yeah, I agree. It's one of like my favorite games of all time.
Yeah, same. And so the game we're playing is Final Fantasy 14. That's gonna be our episode 1. It's a game that we're very passionate about. I'm an ultimate raider in Final Fantasy 14, and I'm a min-maxer. I'm kind of autistic when it goes to that. It just happens. And I'm super excited for this. I have thousands of hours in this game.
Yeah, I'm scared to look at how many hours I actually have in this game. But yeah, I want to be an ultimate raider. I don't think I've actually gotten to do it yet, but I just was an avid enjoyer of the story.
The story's so good, bro.
And I'm one of those people, kind of going back to, I like to be immersed.
Yeah.
You love the number crunching and like the complex fights and everything.
Yeah.
What blew my mind, one of the things that blew my mind about this game was like, I can change my idle stance.
Three different.
Three different, and that's just standing. You can do it when you're sitting on a chair, on the ground,
Yep.
when you have your weapon out.
Yep.
I love it's the little things like
minute
that. It's the
things.
little things like that. The fact that a bard can just straight up play music, beautiful
We do.
fucking music.
We play mute. So
Yeah.
we play music. We used to do a show in Limza Luminza. If you guys know that, if you don't, you're gonna learn.
Yeah, if you can be walking through some big city and all of a sudden you just see like a whole orchestra playing some music with like dancers and everything, and it's just players doing that just because they can. Like I love that. It's beautiful.
Like we said, that's gonna be our first true episode.
Yeah.
And we hope to see you guys there. Anyways, we don't, I think, have a way to sign out yet.
We don't have a way to
How do we do
sign
that?
out.
Do we just kind of